In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to start lifting as a runner in a way that supports your training, builds real strength, as well as improving your physique. I'm going to give you 3 clear actionable steps that you can implement, as well as a training plan that you can follow today. Now, your main pain points, I'm going to assume are you don't want to look like a bodybuilder, but you also don't want to look like an elite marathoner because they're both on opposite sides of the spectrum. With the bodybuilder, you're too bulky, you can barely walk up the stairs without being out of breath because you're so out of shape, compared to the elite marathoner who's really in the shape, but they have nothing to show for it. You want to kind of tackle all areas of fitness, but you just don't know how because all the advice out there, it's very like wishy-washy. You're not really sure if you're gonna be able to follow it or not. It seems too intense or crazy or hardcore. You've probably seen these hybrid athlete guides who take their workouts super crazily, how they've got like back-to-back 7-day-a-week workouts where you just tire yourself out and the whole goal is to be sore and not really to gain any muscle. And I'm not about that, honestly. Just so you know, I'm not some guy behind a camera. I've lived your life. I've been running for 7 years. 4 of those in high school, 1 of those in college, and I've heard the same exact advice that are always told to runners, which is, like runners don't need any sort of lifting. All we need are hills, or do low weight and high reps because that trains your endurance, when that does the exact opposite of strength training. So I'm here to share all the actionable advice that I've got for you that I've built up over the past 3 years of research, experimenting, trying, failing, succeeding, that I can condense into this video into 3 main points. These are the main points that brought me down from a 19/18 minute 5K all the way down to a sub 17 minute 5K. Just a minute off my PR from high school when I was 20 pounds lighter of 1559, which is insane. Also benching 225 while also having a great physique. So let's get started. Number 1 is just lifting 2 to 3 times a week. You don't need to do anything crazy. You don't need to follow these bodybuilding splits where they have you going 6-7 days out of the week, because I'm gonna be honest, that's insane. That's too much time out of the week. Sure, if you have no life, you have nothing else to do, perfect, but you got stuff to do, I got stuff to do, so 2-3 days on top of your training is all that you need. I recommend going for the full body split, so you're making sure you're getting your full body hit 2 to 3 times out of the week, which is plenty of frequency, and you're gonna see a lot of gains from that. You can also do the upper lower split, but I prefer going full body. I like getting a nice quick workout in. It's nice and efficient and it's effective. So now you may be wondering, okay, so what exercise should I do to get my goals of running fast, lifting heavy, and looking good? Right now, don't think about the exercises. Think more so about the movements. Basic human movements, I classify them into 7 categories: the squat, the hinge, the push, the pull, the lunge, the carry, and the core. All these have different exercises that go for them. I like to classify movements because when you work by movements, you train more like an athlete, like a runner, rather than a bodybuilder. In a good workout plan, you'll see a good mix of all the exercises. So 2 to 3 days, that's really all you need. You'll be hitting the muscles at least twice a week, which is perfect. You'll see some strength and muscle gains from that to make sure you're looking good and feeling good as well, and getting some more strength so you're not that skinny runner anymore. All right, so now we have our split done. We know what movements to do for that said split, the 2 to 3 day full body. What do we do in terms of rep ranges? First up, don't train endurance for that. You're not going to get much benefit. You're going to see the most benefit from the actual strength training. So instead of going for the 20 plus reps, low weight, high reps, maybe in the beginning when you're getting your body used to the actual lifting, but I recommend anywhere between 8 to 15 reps, especially when you're starting out. Go for the higher end of that range. When you start to get more confident, more comfortable, you can do like 8 to 12, 6 to 12 at that 3 to 4 set range, and you'll be golden, building some good strength from good muscle at the same time without taxing out your runs. You're not doing too many reps where your muscle gets super fatigued and tired for your run the next day, but you're not going too low where you tax out your central nervous system from lifting super heavy. So what I recommend overall is for the first weeks, 1 to 4, first month of lifting, you're just gonna focus mostly on the form, getting everything ready, because the last thing you wanna do is to pull a muscle and to miss out on your whole race season because something happened and you got injured. We don't want that. Stick to like the 8 to 12, 8 to 15 rep range, stick to 2 to 3 sets. Go higher reps, lower sets to start off with, and once you get more confident, you feel like your form is good with the exercise, then you can by all means increase, progressively overload each week. And by the time you get to the 4th, maybe even 6th to 8th week, you should be in a pretty good spot to be going for 3 to 4 sets, 6 to 12, 8 to 12 reps for each of your exercises, and you'll be seeing some pretty good gains from that. Now on to what days to lift. Many people get this wrong, so please pay attention. The last thing you want to do is to lift after a super taxing like threshold or sprint workout. What I recommend doing is to lift on your easy days. So if your priority is running, run first and lift after. If your priority is maybe getting some more strength and building some more muscle, lift first, run after, doesn't really matter. In a perfect world, we'd split it by 4 to 6 hours, or even like run and lift on different days, but honestly, with our schedules, that's not always gonna be possible. So if you can't split them by different days, like run, lift, run, lift, run, lift, then what I would recommend is to do it on your easy days. Do you like whichever one you want to prioritize first. If your priority right now is running and getting more endurance, run first and lift after. But if it's more like strength based and muscle gaining, then do the gym first, run after, and you should be set. I mean, it's an easy run and it's not going to tax out your system too much. In the beginning, you may feel more sore than usual, but don't worry, that's completely normal. I'm going to say this right now. If you think back to your days of running when you first got into it, you were sore, you were tired, you're exhausted because it was a new movement. Your body wasn't ready for it. So within the next 4 weeks, just get ready for just feeling a little bit sore, but that'll go away after a while once your body gets more used to the exercise. Don't think of it as a bad thing for getting sore. Just think of it as part of the process. You know, if you're like pulling your shoulders and pulling your chest muscles when you're doing the bench press, maybe stop, look at your form, and try it again. But if it's just like a general like soreness, like maybe your muscles feel a little bit heavier than usual, that's totally normal. So putting all these points together, here's a little snapshot of the training plan that I came up with. We're looking at a 2-day or 3-day full body workout per week. This is going to be enough time to build some muscle and strength while also keeping your body fresh for your running as well. We're not doing a 6 to 7 day bodybuilding split. That's not needed. We just want to have general aesthetics, good strength, and also be able to run fast because we want the balance, not to tip the scales too far to one side, you know? In the description down below, I included a link to my free program. It's a 14-page ebook packed full of information that I've learned the past 3 years of running and lifting. Go check that out if you're interested. It's completely free. It's just gonna ask you for your email so I know where to send it to. And also, if you decide to stay on and not unsubscribe from my emails, you're gonna receive some exclusive offers from me as well as tips on how to continue up your training. So just free advice all around. And yeah, you're gonna be the first one to know about stuff that comes out from my channel. I make videos for men who wanna maximize not only their fitness, but their life in general. People who are hardworking and ambitious. So that's you. Subscribe and follow for more.